1989.
1989.
Yes.
May it please your Lordship. Lord, issue here is appointment to the post of assistant teacher. We belong to the reserve category. We have to qualify the teacher eligibility test to be eligible to take and participate in the process of selection. Which is the TET, which is a separate examination. Since we belong to the reserve category, we qualified the TET with a 5% relaxation. The general category qualifies TET at 60%. We qualified TET at 55%. Then we applied to compete in the process of selection. When the final result merit list is announced on 26 February 24, we find that in the general category, some candidates lower than us in the process of selection have secured appointment.
What about the reserve candidates?
Reserve candidates are higher. The merit in the reserve would have gone
Reserve is
higher than the general. So we want to now migrate from the reserve.
Higher or they were filled?
They were all
So those, okay.
In fact, I can get
Not because we have taken the relaxation benefit in the TET.
No.
That's a different
What
matter.
my lord is asking, reserve category must have been filled.
Why did you not get in the reserve?
That is why we never got.
How did you not get in reserved is what we are asking.
Because the cutoff must be higher.
So general cutoff is lower.
Is what transpires. What seems to
can't
be
be.
the position. Yes, this seems to be the position. My friends would tell your lordship.
Is that so? Is that so?
Seems so, my lord. 90% of the candidates are reserved. Who have qualified are reserved. Only 10% have qualified from the general category. 90% have
What
qualified.
post in this?
And this is assistant teacher. Assistant teachers for standard still 8 standard. If your lordship will have page H, we have
Therefore,
given
it's an admitted fact. It is an admitted fact that the cutoff reserved candidate was higher.
I'll check. It might be, but my lord,
That's the reason why he didn't get it.
he didn't get it because he is 50.
So he sought to
He
claim
got
it
to
from the general.
migrate because he has taken a concession.
But he's going to argue.
Look, I'll just answering.
So we,
Pradeep Kumar, I think.
Lord Vikas Shankla, Pradeep Kumar to begin with, then Vikas Shankla, and now the last judgment is that Delhi judgment on the basis of which we have been denied the benefit of migration because the court says,
All judgments are against you.
Lord Vikas Shankla is completely in my favor. I'll start with that.
No, just completely in your own.
No, there's nothing more to be said.
Nothing
This
to
is
be
all.
said.
We in the selection process is completely separate.
You can't migrate. You can't do it midway. True that in case if you had claimed as a general candidate, you would not have even passed the TET. Is that right? On facts.
Yes.
So you would
For
not have
general-
even got an entry.
For general, the TET qualification is 60% passing.
How much did you get?
For 50, our qualification is 55.
So therefore you could not have entered.
So we have less than 60, and we, as a general category, we would not have been TET qualified. That is a relaxation which has been granted by the central government itself for qualification. Now that was exactly the same position in Vikas Shankla. In Vikas Shankla, additionally, 5% of TET marks were being added in the process of selection to make the final merit list. In our case, TET is merely a qualification. Like I have that way, my lord. If I have to apply for MBBS, it says for reserve category.
It's only qualification.
It's not a process of selection. It's not part of the merit competition. In the merit competition, I have
Was there a cutoff?
in the merit competition, I am above the cutoff.
No. Are you above the cutoff of general candidates?
Yes. The chart is there. I am above.
You are above the cutoff of the general candidates for TET.
Not for TET.
You're asking.
TET is
You're not asking. You're asking of TET.
no TET. The general would have secured above.
Even assuming for a minute, it is only qualifying. Higher marks makes no difference. But then entry is the question.
But that,
Have you entered? Would you have simple question? Would you have entered the selection process on the basis of you portraying yourself to be a general candidate?
The answer is no.
Matter
The
else.
answer is no.
Friend there.
But if that is the position, then in MBBS, when we appear for MBBS, for the general category, qualifying examination marks are higher than it is for reserved. And when you take the entrance examination of MBBS, all migrations are allowed.
That is because there is no migration there.
It is, that is allowed. Now, there is the answer I would not want to put it in my own words.
Philosopher, principally, I see no big prohibition in doing this. But then the law is like that. You can't have.
The law is actually completely in my favor. Please have this one judgment which considers the entire existing judgments. That is 2017 1 SCC, page 350. Kindly have it. And fortunately for me, it is a case of assistant teachers, of people who have qualified the TET. Kindly have para 3 first.
Facts are identical.
Identical. Our facts are better. In this Shankla's case,
Okay, in this, how much did these people get?
less than 60. Their identical case. What they pleaded before the court is identical to what I am pleading. This judgment has been not relied on the basis of a subsequent judgment of Delhi. The Delhi case was.
Notwithstanding the votes, where are you reading?
Yes. Now kindly
It
have.
shows the basic facts.
Yes. Kindly have para 9 first.
Facts.
Para 9 is fact. First I go to the facts. Now, as is clear from the table, such a TET is to be conducted by the appropriate state government, that is respective state government, though in accordance with the guidelines framed by the NCTE for this purpose. It may also be mentioned at this stage that passing of TET is a mandatory condition without which a candidate is not eligible to participate in the recruitment process for appointment of teacher. NCTE has formulated guidelines which were forwarded by it to the Secretaries Commissioners of Education in the state government by letter dated 11th February 2011. In these guidelines, it is specified that the minimum pass percentage of TET is 60%. At the same time, it enables the state governments to give concessions to persons belonging to SC, ST, OBC, differently abled persons, etc., in accordance with the extant reservation policy. Para 9 of the guidelines stipulated the aforesaid condition reads as under. Qualifying marks. A person who scores 60% or more in the TET exam will be considered as TET pass. School management so and so may consider giving concessions to persons belonging to SC, ST, OBC, different abled person.
So how much did he get?
5% concession is given to everybody. Para 13. Now kindly come to 13. Para 13. After the issuance of the notification dated 11th February 11, all state did the same because NCTE told them.
How much did he get on the facts? Tell us.
In this case, he got less than 60%, but in the process of selection, he got more than the last general category. And by a detailed judgment, the court said he will migrate.
He got less than 60%.
Correct.
But by virtue of the concession for SC, ST, he got that additional marks, which enabled him to cross 60.
No. There is. I am also not wanting that. No. I am content with the moment I get 55, I get the TET qualification. So, the moment a general category gets 60, he gets the TET qualification. When any state government advertises its post, it says qualification, graduate plus 2. You should be a TET qualified person. So, we both become TET qualified persons as per the state government's eligibility.
Yeah.
Then the state government says,
We're asking you, in this particular Vikash law, he claimed he passed TET on the basis of a reserved candidature.
correct.
And as a reserved candidature, he passed.
Yes, as a reserve candidate, he applied before I think this is Rajasthan state. He applied before the government of Rajasthan's selection process as a reserve category candidate. When the result was finally announced, he found he had more marks than the last general category person taken. Then he went to the Rajasthan High Court saying, please allow me migration. Like I said, High Court said no. He comes here. Your Lordship have allowed his claim. My case is covered completely. Is my case before your Lordship, subject to one Delhi judgment, which I will have to show your Lordship.
So it's more or less identical.
Yes,
TET he qualified as a reserved candidate, and then he found himself to be wanting in further marks so far as reserved candidature is concerned, reserved seats are concerned. But he found that the he will be entitled to get it in the general category. Identical to this case.
Yes. Now, this case,
You didn't show us that fact. Those portions of the facts, where are they?
no, they will come a little later. Because first they are talking of TET, then they go to those facts.
हाँ वही लिखा ना.
In para 21 onwards. May I just read one para 13? Because it's identical.
क्या?
Para 13, just two paras, because this is important. After the issuance of notification dated 11, I am reading 11th February by NCT, state government, that is state of Rajasthan, issued a letter in March 11 to the authority concerned conferring its decision to grant relaxation in minimum marks in TET to reserve category candidates in the following manner. 10% was initially granted. Thereafter, my lord, this was reduced to 5% as per para 14. Were to be given 10% marks, etc. Then para 15. At this stage, many candidates belonging to the general category filed writ petitions in Rajasthan, challenging their selection on the ground that minimum percentage for passing TET was 60. All those candidates belonging to reserve category who secured less than 60 could not be declared as having been passed TET and were ineligible to participate in the selection process. Ultimately, this learned judge decided by common judgment, partly allowing the writ petition and holding that the order dated 23rd November of the state government would not be allowed to stand as it contained a relaxation.
Migration from reserved candidates shall be admissible to those reserved candidates covered. What do you say?
If your lordship has, my lord, there is one more judgment I want to.
387.
Your lordship may have para 30.
Those reserved candidates who secure more marks.
Just have page.
Explained by the last answer.
Just
wasn't this Vikas Shukla is not referred to in the impugned order, no?
No, Vikas Shankla is then considered in 2019 by Pradeep, which is a Delhi case. There the case was Delhi government denied them migration because they were reserve category of another state. Therefore, they said, in Delhi you are not an OBC. We will not allow you migration.
That's the point.
In the process of discussing that, some observations have been made by Shankla.
That is also wrong.
Yes.
Migration can't be divided.
Just allow me 5 more minutes on Shankla. Just kindly have page 367, para 38.3. Just kindly have that. Para 38.3. Para 38.3. 38 are the issues to be decided. Just kindly flag. Para 38.3. Whether reserve category candidates who secured better than general category candidates in recruitment examination can be denied migration to general seats on the basis that they had availed relaxation.
Directly on the point. Directly.
Absolutely bang.
And now your answer is 387, para 84.2.
Yes, para 72 onwards, I'll give those paras to your lordship.
Not necessary.
Para 72 onwards to 76 and then 80, 81, 82.
Correct. This is the only issue, Mr. Patwale.
Yes. Now see the Delhi case on which I have been non-suited. That is 2019, volume 10, SCC, page.
We'll see. He might not even deny it. What are you joining issue on this?
Yes, my lord. We are fairly covered by Pradeep Kumar.
Yes. So let me show Pradeep.
Outside the state, is it?
Yes.
No.
We'll see.
Let me show Pradeep Kumar.
Outside the state is on the same issue.
We'll see. 2019 is the.
Yes, 2019, volume 10, SCC, page 120. Now kindly have para 3. And my lord, this 2017 judgment, your lordship may only make a note. The basic judgment on which it relies is 2010 3 SCC 119, Jatinder Kumar versus State of UP, where they say it's a condition of eligibility and not process of selection.
That TET.
So many relaxations.
TET is eligibility.
Yes. The distinction here, it's a condition of eligibility, not a process of selection.
Qualification. It's called qualifying exam.
Yes. So therefore, for a reserve category, across the board, all qualifying examinations, they have a relaxation. This way, a reserve category will never migrate. So therefore, Jatinder discusses that and says, you can have so many relaxations, you pay less money,
Actually, there is no estoppel.
Correct. So now your lordship may see what Pradeep
You came as a reserve, so you can't.
Correct.
You can't have general.
Now see what Pradeep says. Now Pradeep is para 2 and 3. This is page 121, para 2 and 3. The matter pertains to recruitment of special education teachers under the government of NCT of Delhi. Advertisement was issued so and so. Now para 3. the respondents had obtained CTET, Central Teacher Eligibility Test qualification, under the relaxed norms for OBC category in states other than Delhi. They offered their candidature for vacancies in Delhi and appeared in the recruitment test. Their candidature was held to be not eligible through an office order. The ground mentioned in the order is that the applicants are CTET qualified as OBC, but OBC outside. That's the point here. Now kindly see further. Agreed by the decision of the Delhi Subordinate Service Selection Board, the original applicants 9 in number filed OA before CAT. The applicants who belong to the OBC category had acquired CET qualification by availing 5% relaxation in qualifying marks in CET from their respective states, but had participated in the written examination conducted for vacancies in Delhi. Before CAT, the original applications projected, they had more marks than the last selected candidate under the general category, yet their candidature was rejected, notwithstanding the fact that claim for selection is based entirely on the basis of their performance in the recruitment test. Now, para 5 is crucial. However, the government of NCT, on the other hand, contended before the tribunal that for claiming benefits intended for OBC category vacancies in Delhi, the OBC certificate must be issued by the government of Delhi. Since the respondents are not recognized as OBC in Delhi, they cannot claim eligibility qua the CET criteria.
The issue is very different.
Correct, but some observations are made regarding this judgment in the 2021 and which...
Where are those?
Yes. Now, kindly see those observations. If your lordship will have,
First, there is also no further exam like that of TET in your case here.
yes,
Is there a second examination? Competitive exam?
yes, there is in Delhi also. Yes. Now, kindly see the issue. 3 issues are framed, which my learned friend may want to read. So, therefore, para 11. We are required to focus on the following issue. Whether the respondents who have secured CTET qualification from outside Delhi as OBC candidate by availing 5% relaxation can be considered for employment. Whether respondents after availing concession under OBC can compete for seats under the unreserved category. Then, second issue, the record so and so. Shows that National Council, I need not read it a lot. Para 15, kindly read 15. In the Delhi recruitment process, the respondents did not possess OBC Delhi certificate. Thus, they could not be considered for OBC category vacancies. Further, as per CTET guidelines, unreserved candidates are required to obtain 60% marks to qualify. Since the respondents obtained less than 60%, their candidature could be valid only under OBC category. However, due to absence of certificate of OBC by the government of NCT in Delhi and by virtue of clause 6 as above, which bars reservations to outsider OBC, the respondents are ineligible for the post. They may, however, compete against
They are ineligible for the post. There is no midway.
Correct.
We are talking about because they were outsiders to Delhi,
Yes.
they can't be treated for appointment, that's all.
Para
That's
17.
different from saying that because they were outsiders from Delhi, they were not permitted to take the next qualifying, the competitive examination like that of TET. That
Correct.
situation
TET.
might arise here.
Correct. Now kindly see 17. Again the same issue is flagged. The question therefore to be answered here is whether the above case pertaining to recruitment in Rajasthan with candidates competing for vacancies in their home state would apply to the situation in the present case where
The
candidates...
para relied on.
Para 17. Where? Para 17. I am reading. Para 17, page 125.
Would apply to the present case where the candidates from others. What? This has got nothing to.
Absolutely right. So now Vikas Shankla is therefore discussed. Is discussed, and para 21 something is said, which is completely against.
Mr. Patwalia will
Yes.
ask him. What do you say?
Lord, would your lordship just see Sankla first, my lord? Vikas Sankla first. Lord, one thing your lordships will just keep in mind, there are 2 stages. One is that you have to be eligible.
Exactly, 2 stages.
Yes.
In your case, it's 2 stages.
There are 2.
It appears that there is no 2 stages in the Pradeep Kumar.
I'll come to that. May I first take your lordship to Sankla, but just this fact, one fact your lordships will keep in mind, Lord, that if they were to participate in the general category, they would have had to have minimum 60% in the TET. Now we are, after TET, you give the TAIT, and the TAIT, on the basis of TAIT, the merit list is prepared. if they did not have 60%, they were not eligible for the examination, that is the TET examination. For that purpose, there was a relaxation and a concession given that you may give the TET if you're a reserved category if you have 55 and above. You need not have 60 and above, you have 55% and above, which is the category in which they are.
What is the difficulty? In fact, it is not as if he is lowering his capability, his eligibility. In fact, he is actually matching a higher requirement being a reserved candidate.
No, the most important thing is, yes,
Just because he has entered it on the basis of a reserved
but if you
application.
enter on the basis of
They never gave a concession. NCT made me qualified at that. They only wanted CET qualification.
You made your point.
Yes.
once they enter on the basis of the reserve, then
Estoppel, your whole argument is estoppel.
not
Nothing else.
Not estoppel. Then the law is, and I'll show that judgment again. Both the judgments.
Sure, now
So,
we will
both
keep
the
this Pradeep Kumar aside.
Now, please.
Nothing
Sankla.
comes up. In Vikas Shukla, what do you say?
Yes, please see Sankla first. Now, Sankla was a case where it turned on two things, which my learned friend has not shown those paragraphs.
Show us not.
One is that it was expressly provided by the government that you can migrate.
Where is that?
Yes. Now that I'll show that, Your Lordship. Please see that paragraph. Please see para
It is
23.
not provided also. Let's see that.
Please see para 23. It has so happened, Your Lordship sees that it so happened.
Para
I have a different judgment.
Para 23.
Para numbers are correct. 24. It so happened.
It has so happened, correct.
Yes. It so happened that many candidates who belong to the reserve category got higher marks than the last candidates from the general category who were selected for the appointment in the recruitment process. In terms of its various circulars, which we shall refer to at the appropriate stage, such reserved category candidates who emerged more meritorious than the general category candidates were allowed to migrate in the general category. Effect thereof was that these candidates, though belonging to reserved category, occupied the post meant for general category. According to the writ petitioners' respondents' hearing, it was impermissible as these reserved category candidates got selected after availing certain concessions, and therefore there was no reason to allow them to shift to general category. High Court has accepted this plea. Then my Lord will please see further. There's a second condition that was also considered by the this honorable court, which was that when my Lord making the merit list, their TET marks were considered.
As a principle,
No, my Lord will just see further. I'll just show that to your Lordship, my Lord. There's further discussion on this, which is also important.
as a principle, there's nothing wrong. Even if
But there is
you
not
don't
only
need an
Pradeep Kumar,
enabling.
there is also a more recent judgment on the same point. And this court has again said, my Lord, in the recent judgment also, that if you have taken a concession for eligibility, then you will be restricted to the reserve category. You can't just migrate.
Certainty.
You
How
can't
did they
just
put it? You
migrate.
want to see the logic.
You know,
Here,
indicates this, my Lord.
you tell us which is the
Indicate-
portion.
I will indicate the logic. Your Lordship will see reserved category candidates who have more than 60%, who have got more than 60 in the in the TET have also competed in the same examination, the TAI. You have 55% also from the reserved category who are also then falling in the same category. Then, my Lord, there is no distinction between those. There is really a discrimination even within the class of reserved category. Because then 60% and 50%.
So you are asking, in other words, you are saying a reservation for forward classes.
Lord,
Turns out to be that
there is then at
which has been a principle which has never been accepted by this court.
My Lord, then see this judgment again, my Lord. Further, I'll just show that to your Lordship. Para 56, question number 3 is what it says. 56, 57. My Lord, I have unfortunately a different, what do you want?
Well, how do you want to? How does
Question
the
number 3, because that was the third question, was this.
The policy.
Yes, para 72. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
So here they consider this question number 3, and please see what the first para, my Lord, 72. Policy decision was contained in letter dated May 11, 2011, issued by the state government, thereby allowing migration of reserved category candidates to general category, who had secured better than general category candidates in recruitment examination. This has been criticized by the High Court and held to be invalid on the ground This was done by circular dated February 11, 2011, which was issued after the recruitment process. Now, my lord, I'll skip all these paragraphs and take your lordships to starting with having regard to the respective submission. My lord has that. 80, my lord, para 80. My lords have para 80.
Yes, yes.
Having regard to the respective submissions noted above, first aspect that needs consideration is whether relaxation in TET pass marks would amount to concession in the recruitment process. The High Court has held it to be so on the premise that para 9A dealing with such relaxation in TET marks forms part of the document which relates to the recruitment procedure. It is difficult to accept this rationale. Passing of TET examination is a condition of eligibility for appointment as a teacher. Necessary qualification without which candidate is not eligible to be considered for appointment. This was clearly mentioned in the guidelines. These guidelines pertain to conducting TET. Basic features whereof have already been noticed above. Even para 9, which provides for concessions that can be given to certain reserved candidates, deals with qualified marks that is to be obtained in TET. Thus, a person who passes TET examination becomes eligible to participate in the selection process as and when such selection process of filling up the post of primary teachers is to be undertaken. On the other hand, when it comes to recruitment of teachers, the method for appointment of teachers is altogether different. Here, merit list of successful candidates is to be prepared on the basis of marks obtained under different heads. This is very important, my lord. One of the heads is marks in TET. So it is considered at the time of making the merit list. So far as this head is concerned, 20% of the marks obtained in TET are to be assigned to each candidate. Therefore, those reserved candidates who secured lesser marks in TET would naturally get lesser marks under this head. We like to demonstrate it with an example. Suppose a reserved category candidate obtains 53 marks in TET.
Correct. So therefore, it gets added up. It gets added up.
Yes.
TET gets added up.
It gets.
So it's not qualifying, obviously.
So it gets taken into consideration.
No,
So, my lord, the playing field becomes level again. If he has got less than 60, 20% of that is also added to the marks while making the merit list. So therefore, this fact that he has got less than 60 is taken into
Same thing obtains in this case also.
No, it does not. So, my lord,
No, in the present case.
no, Pradeep Kumar and the present
Not
case
permitted or present. Present case. Present case
Yes.
also you are saying that the TET is not merely qualifying. The percentage of the TET marks will have a bearing on the final.
That is not there in this case. We are on a much.
They're asking me.
Yes, in my case, my lord, we are saying that we are not taking into account when the merit list is made, we don't give any weight to the TET at that stage. But here the weight is given, which makes all the
So
difference.
this is a better case, right?
No, my lord, with great respect, once weight is given,
Weight
then
is not
it
given here.
neutralized. The whole point is it gets neutralized because
Sure,
the person who is getting more than
Here the weight is not given. No?
and therefore, my lord, is not getting neutralized, which is why in Pradeep Kumar, this court said that they must then be entitled only to the reserved category. So, my lord, now with this, may I take your lordship to Pradeep Kumar? And would your lordship just see, I'll
What's the
take your
method of
lordship to Pradeep.
assessment then in their cases?
Now, my lord, Pradeep
Method
Kumar
of
has
assessment.
explained this exactly as it is. My lord, as what I have indicated to your lordship is not my own explanation. It is in Pradeep Kumar, which is your lordship's explanation. Would your lordship just see Pradeep Kumar now? Because Pradeep Kumar says this, exactly this. And Pradeep Kumar is also a case of TET. Pradeep Kumar is a case, my lord, where there was no specific.
There is no second exam in Pradeep Kumar. Am I right?
No, there is. But there is.
Then show us the
Yeah, I'll show
not
that.
show us that.
Pradeep Kumar is
You are
a case-
repeatedly asking.
Yes, I'll show that.
Pradeep Kumar, where is that equivalent to TAIT?
Yes.
You are asking repeatedly that question. And how has the High Court dealt with it? Lord,
Lord, may I take your lordship to few paragraphs of it? So I'll show that also to your lordship, my lord. But may I just take, please see, my lord, the para numbers again may not be the same, but would your lordship see para 3? So there is a CET and then there is a recruitment exam. So in our case, there is a TET, there is a CTET they call it, and then a recruitment exam. In our case, a TET and
There is a recruitment exam.
Yes,
Yeah.
now please see in para 4, para 3. Respondents had obtained The CET, that is a Central Teacher Eligibility Test qualification under the relaxed pass norms of the OBC category.
But he has a logic.
In states,
In this case, if there is no further there is no marks of TET to be calculated,
yes,
to be taken into account for the main examination.
Yes.
You are saying this is a fortiori case. What's your logic for that?
yes, my lord, we are in a world.
But we are thinking that he is in a better
The
position.
reason is that it gets neutralized. The
Now,
minute,
tell us, explain
I'll
that.
tell your lordship. Now, he has 55%, and that was explained, my lord, even in the earlier.
Explain. He has 55%.
He had 55, someone else has 65.
So 60 is the cutoff. Let us say
60 is the cutoff. So now, my lord,
60 is the cutoff for the general.
his cutoff,
He gets in through
his
the
cutoff for the general to enter the TET.
55. Let us say for the
55 is
reserve.
the cutoff for the reserve category.
So he gets through 50 with 55.
Yes. Now, my lord, if this was left as it is, then it will mean, my lord, that the person.
No, answer the question that you asked you. How does it get neutralized?
I'm coming to that. If this was left as it is, and a person who has got 55 gives the TAIT, then he has taken an relaxation to give the TAIT. I'm just taking a step.
Correct.
He has taken a relaxation. Thereafter, my lord, once he has taken a relaxation to take the TAIT, unless this 55% is factored into the final merit list, if it is factored into the final merit list in calculating his final score, Lord, he is getting an advantage over everybody else who has come from the 60 plus category. In the case of Sankla, this 55 was taken into account while preparing the merit list by giving.
Neutralized. So therefore it was
That's why-
neutralized in comparison is what you said.
And that is what your
How does it
lordships have
work?
said in Pradeep Kumar. That is what your lordships have said in Pradeep Kumar, that this weight which was given and this 55 which he got, which was put into the mark sheet at the end to make the merit list, neutralized the matter. Lord, please see, this is.
We'll make good next week.
Lord, let me
We'll
explain.
continue on Tuesday.
Just 1 minute.
We'll continue on Tuesday.
Just 1 minute.
No, it's not concluded.
Let me clarify this here. For example, in Vikas Sankla, what was the position? Out of 100 marks which you were getting in the final merit, 80 marks were on the basis of your qualifying
We'll
exam.
continue.
And to
Next Tuesday.
The Tuesday after.
if it is factored in, my merit will go down. It will not come up. If
Answer.
factoring it on a lower score, this is
Tuesday.
the logic is yes. I just 20
Tuesday we'll take it. It will be high on the bill, high on the board. We'll take it up at Tuesday.
This will be part.
Yes.
Tuesday, next Tuesday.